Good morning. This is 120 Seconds with Jay Davis. Ebola has crept into the United States in the minds of those who live here. The first human outbreak occurred in 1976 in Central Africa. According to the World Health Organization, there is no specific treatment or vaccine, and the fatality rate can be up to 90%. So, how exactly is Ebola spread?
Well, the most common answer that every medical professional would say is by bodily fluids, but that doesn't really answer the question. People have been wondering if it can be spread through water supply, mosquitoes, sneezing, sweat, or just by standing next to someone. To answer these is simple. You must come into contact with the person who has symptoms. The virus is not airborne, but the lifespan on surfaces is not completely known yet. Because the virus isn't airborne, sneezing is not a problem, and also sneezing isn't a symptom. Another area we are not super clear on is how much or if any resides in sweat.
To elaborate on what you said about how Ebola is contagious, the problem isn't that Ebola is extremely contagious, but rather it's extremely infectious because an extremely small amount can cause illness. The most contagious diseases, like influenza or measles, the virus particles are airborne. So the question is, can Ebola become airborne?
While it is possible, it is highly unlikely. It would have to mutate significantly.
I know you said insects like mosquitoes can't carry Ebola, but could pets have Ebola?
Well, there are 5 different Ebola viruses. 4 of them can cause illness in both humans and animals, but the 5th Reston virus has caused illness in some animals but not humans.
Fever, vomiting, stomach pain, aches, and diarrhea or rashes are typical symptoms of Ebola. These symptoms appear 8 to 10 days after exposure to the virus, but the incubation period can span 2 to 21 days. So if you start developing symptoms similar to these and you've been in contact with someone who might have been in contact with Ebola, then immediately see a doctor. This has been 120 Seconds with Jay Davis and Jesse Beerbum.